What's up community, Drakus here, and today I'll be making something different, kind of special video because Omer from MMOs.com made a video where he pointed at why Battlerite and why Bloodline champions back in the days did not get successful. So this is gonna be somewhat of a video guide or tutorial maybe on to teach you how to play Battlerite and what are the basic features of Battlerite. So we're gonna be playing as Jade in this training. So let's go, begin the practice. Okay, so as soon as you spawn in Battlerite, you're gonna get a mount, and you're gonna have to choose Battlerite, which is yeah, you get to choose one from three enhancing abilities or enhancing your stats. It's just more strategic aspect of the game. It is important, but it's not a gameplay feature. It's more of building up your character in the middle of the rounds. So Bloodline champion Battlerite is round-based game, which means the first team who wins 3 rounds wins the match. So yeah, it can it's pretty much best of 5 because it can happen either you can win 3 in a row when you win the entire match. It's gonna be like a complete stomp, or because you're better than them, or it's gonna be like 2-2, then 3-2. It's so different every time. You never know the outcome. So you move with your WASD, as you can see here. You point your cursor. You see this cursor thing? It's some sort of target mark. This is where you're gonna aim at. And if you left click, it's gonna do your basic attack. That's your basic attack. Your basic attack is a skill shot. It's like an FPS game, but yeah, it's top-down perspective. Pretty much like Diablo. Okay, so this is your right click. Most of the time, it's an empowered version of your basic attack, or some sort of heal. Actually, every champion has a different right click. It doesn't necessarily be an empowered version of your basic attack, but most of the time it is, okay? But some others have heal, some others have some sort of block. It depends. Those are pretty much your extremely basic abilities. Almost no cooldown except your right click, which is on a very low cooldown. Okay. The first ability of yours is you're gonna see here the space button. Again, this is most of the part is mobility based ability. Either it's gonna makes you jump or give you movement speed, or but in very rare case is another ability completely different, like either some sort of shield or buff or whatever. But keep in mind, most of the time it's a displacement ability or movement speed enhancement kind of thing. Here's the Q. Every champion has a different Q ability, E ability, R ability, and F ability. For me here, Jade, her Q ability gives her some sort of stealth. Also increases her movement speed by 15%, and you can see here all the information. If you put your cursor on top of the ability, it's gonna tell you the entire thing. Pretty much like League of Legends, it tells you what does the ability do, the cast time, the duration, and the cooldown. I think it's a really good defensive ability. So here's something called disabling shot. Okay, so you whenever you're gonna cast an ability, it's first of all the time is gonna be some sort of point and click spawn ability, which can be dodged. It's pretty much like a skill shot because either you're gonna spawn something right from out of the ground, which is It's pretty much like, let's say if you're a League of Legends player, it's pretty much like Morgana's W or something like that, or a skill shot. That's the only two things that in this game has. It relies heavily on projectiles and travel speed and all that. Like, pretty much, it's like a Overwatch mixed with a little bit of Diablo and a little bit of League of Legends. Okay, so here's my E. Wherever my cursor is, it's gonna like throw the projectile. It's gonna launch the projectile. It's called disabling shot. It deflects a snare which and interrupts like an enemy from casting an ability. If they like channeling an ability, you can do this, and they gets interrupted and silenced. Oh, okay, you can get all the information here. There's something called the R ability, which is a very situational ability where it costs you energy. Okay, so energy. I'm gonna empty my energy.
Time's up.
Okay, never mind that, it was my ult. Here's the thing. Your R ability is gonna cost you 1 bar of energy. Most of the time. Some in rare cases some of them cost 2. But here's the thing. Your ultimate is always gonna cost 4 bars of energy. And the way to refill your energy is doing damage. And every ability, I think, yeah. If you land your E, for example, it's gonna give you 7% of your total energy. Let's see how much this one does. It's 2% of your. It's 2% of your total energy, and so on. So you get the point here. That's yeah, as you can see here. But here's something else. You see this ball? Every map has this ball in the center that spawns. Is some sort of runic ball, and if you kill this ball, depends on the color. If it's blue, it means it's gonna give you energy, but if it's green, it's gonna give you health. Now my ultimate is ready. Okay, so this is my R. It's called it's called junk shot. It fires piercing bullets in a cone, dealing damage, knocking back enemies. Yeah, it's totally situational where you're almost dying and you're gonna get wrecked by a melee. So you push them back. You're like, oh, move. Yeah. Basically, it's totally situational. It's not like a really necessary thing. Otherwise, this is what is gonna happen. You're gonna charge it up for your ultimate. Okay, this is my ultimate. It does a massive amount of damage. See, it hits the first target and does a lot of damage to them. It's like 120 every bullet. A total of 3 bullets, and yeah. No, it's 4 bullets, I think. Yeah, it says like 4 shells here. Is it? Oh no, it's 4 shells. It means I think the energy bars. Those are the shells, I think. But it's like 3 shots. You see, my right click does also a stun, like a really small stun. It's good for interrupting abilities too. You know, like silence and or stuns pretty much almost do the same thing. It interrupts casting time. So here we go. It pierces through, but the second target seems like he takes more damage. So let's test our ultimate again.
Time's up.
Yeah, it's 4 shots actually. Okay. So that's my spacebar again. When I jump, I leave some sort of grenade behind me, which does damage. You can test it out here. Yeah. Oh, is that a stun? I think yeah. It's also yeah. It's actually a stun for a really light stun for 0.25 seconds. Okay. Okay, maybe we should change another hero. So we get an idea of... Okay, this is a good example where not all the time your space bar is gonna be some sort of displacement ability. Press, it's a shield here, as you can see, but he has some sort of mobility ability, but it's not really necessary for him because he's like a really strong mage. He's a bit tanky, plus he has like other mechanics that he can rely on. He doesn't really need mobility, but if in case he needed that, he can press R and yeah, teleport there. But it's very situational, and yeah, keep in mind every champion in this game has some sort of combos. This one is a really, I think, in my consideration, is a really difficult champion. Here's the trick. The game is, I think, it's fairly easy to learn, but it's very difficult to master the battle rights because every battle race is completely different. It's almost a new class. It's pretty much classes in World of Warcraft. Every class is so different from the other one, and the gameplay style is really different, and like, yeah. So for example, this guy, if I press left click and then right click, you see that those two circles. Okay, if I press left click, it's gonna do an effect, and if I do right click, it's an entire different effect. He leaves some sort of debuff. So, and if I stack them both, it's gonna do both of the debuff and does more damage and oh, yada yada yada. Okay, this is my ultimate. As you can see, every time like he collides with an enemy or a new target, he can teleport or does some sort of dash. Okay, let me. Those are the Battlerite, as you can see here. Every round you get to choose one, round two, one. As you can see, like 5 rounds. Yeah, those are really good, like enhancements, abilities, but they won't alter your character in a very like extremely big way. So yeah, you get to choose. Each round is gonna pop up 3 tabs, 3 windows, and you get to choose one. You can read them, of course. The C is increases. It's gonna say, for example, survival, offense, defense, and yeah, it depends on how you wanna play things. If you wanna go, I don't know, some sort of defensive style where you protect and you do less damage, or you'll do more damage but you don't have survivability, and so on. It's strategic, you know. It makes a really good sense of building without like without being really ahead of a person, because one, every person, regardless if they won or lost that first round, everyone is gonna get a new Battlerite each round. So there is no some sort of snowballing and you're ahead because yeah, you won the first round and you're gonna keep on going ahead. It's always gonna be even. Everyone is gonna get a Battlerite each round, and everyone is gonna be almost. It's equal. It's equal. It's pure. It's all about pure PvP skills. So yeah, I hope I got you into the first aspects of Battlerite, and you should check out my other video where like I show the gameplay footage of the game. It's really awesome, and I really highly recommend checking this game out because it's insanely fun. It's pure PvP skill, and once you get in the zone in this game, you're gonna have a blast. One few features that I'm gonna talk about. A lot of people go, "Oh, this is another MOBA. Oh, screw that! I don't want this shit." No, it's not like League of Legends or Dota or Heroes of the Storm or Heroes of Neverth. It's more like a World of Warcraft map arena with no turrets, of course, no laning phase, no minions. It's pure PvP savage based on the skill of the player. Extremely fast paced, extremely polished game, and I can't say if there's something wrong with this game. except a few things that I mentioned in a video on my other channel called Popcorn Guy, where I said the only thing I think the team is doing wrong is the cosmetic items, where they kind of just bluntly recolors. There are no actual remodels or where like skins or outfits change the animations. But they took the feedback from that and said we're gonna work on that. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like, check this game out, and see you next time. Bye.